ship wild, with a crow and a cat or three on the good ship wild. She caught her foe in a clever trap on the good ship wild, then slipped away and has not come back on the good ship wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship wild. Bren will sing a sailor's song on the good ship wild. Alize has a memory long on the good ship wild. Mama Zara makes her pies on the good ship wild. Watch when Zazie cuts their eyes on the good ship wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship wild. Kit the captain lost his hat on the good ship wild. No, I do not mean the cat on the good ship wild. Who knows where the winds will blow them on the good ship wild? Chaos chorus only knows on the good ship wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship wild. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship wild.
Hello, everybody. Wow. First of all, Anna, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Welcome to Wild and Chaotic. We're very happy to be here tonight. And yeah, opening with that was incredible. Welcome back. This is Encounter Roleplay. This is Wild and Chaotic, a community game started back at the beginning forever ago, at the partway through COVID lockdown, which is like years ago now, it feels like. Yeah, I know, Anna. And we've been playing a variety of adventures together, and here we are doing a little community game on the stream, which is a nice little segue to EncounterCon, which is starting a week from now, not tomorrow, but next weekend, will be a whole run of community games run by people here in Encounter Roleplay, played by members of our Discord. We have a whole slate of games that all ran away from my memory the moment I heard Anna's song. We'll probably touch on those at the end, because several of us are playing in games coming up here. Other sponsors going into tonight, Mophidius with Star Trek Tales from the Loop. The new Klingon game, which took a break this week but will be back, is incredible. Features our wonderful sea shanty writer, Anna, just now in the Klingon game. Helmgast, Cult, creepy as hell, amazing horror game, featuring a game going on here on Wednesdays, featuring our own Colin down in the corner. And Mage Hand Press, the Dark Matter starter kit on Kickstarter. It's well over 500% funded right now. It's incredible. And our game of that is going into its finale next Wednesday, so please check that out. Also check out Clip of the Week. Oh my goodness, did I fuck up the pronunciation again? I did, didn't I? It's a new one every week. There's a new pronunciation for it every week. Look, I was not expecting that sea shanty. I'm thrown right now. Also, World Anvil. I'm a frequent user of World Anvil. Please come to our Discord. where I am posting World Anvil articles for the world that we're playing in frequently. And yet again, circling back to Anna, she is my the Eldrick editor, helping me out, making sure that all of my terrible typos don't get through to the people. And please come on, I update it weekly, and it's an amazing tool for world building, writers, keeping track of characters, all sorts of stuff. Okay, now that that is out of the way, we are coming back to Wild and Chaotic. Our crew of the Wilde has been strong-armed into a job to go retrieve a tome of a long-deceased elven wizard on an island in which the city of the library city of a long-fallen civilization has just been discovered. Our crew set out last adventure, but unfortunately, the ship's navigator, Mama Zara, was a little distracted by the reappearance of someone out of her past. And she reached out into the abyss and had a communion with a creature. Unknown exactly who it is, but promising her revenge as long as she has patience. But unfortunately, in her distracted state, Zara didn't quite get the course of the ship right. They ended up running afoul of some shallows and having to navigate those shallows in the midst of an oncoming storm. The crew did an amazing job navigating the storm, but they lost much of their fresh water as there was an incident in the cargo hold during the storm, forcing them to seek an island. Thankfully, Zaz knew of a source of fresh water generally in the region. They sailed to that island. They made their way to the stream that provided the fresh water and were attacked by the carnivorous plants. And we last left our party having fought off several of the plants, but their brave captain having charged into one of the large creatures, receiving serious wounds. No injuries, happily, within the system, but receiving quite the bit of damage. And before we jump back, first of all, thank you everyone for putting in those subs. We're already like 5 minutes in, and we've completely smashed our sub goals, like 2 of them. So that's amazing. We are going to rejoin the action. We are in the middle of the jungle. The stream bed has just gone quiet. The gunshot from Mama Zara that finished off the last creature still echoes distantly in the forest. Kit lays on the ground, bleeding from a litany of cuts, and Vico, the governor's hand-picked man, stands on the edge of the forest with a light cut on his arm from a bolt fired by Zaz. Not glaring at, but staring steadily at the lizard folk. So, let's begin with Captain Kit. How are you doing right now?
Ow. Oh. Fuck. Oh. Do we get them? We get both of them? Anybody?
Yeah, we got him.
Son of a bitch.
Mama, are you bandaging him?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, and I'm going to attempt to bandage him. Because
All right,
I can do
roll
those
me.
things.
Roll me a heal check. For this, I don't have the rules in front of me. Let's say this is a plus 10. This is bandaging, not serious bleeding, not any serious injuries. He is very hurt, but there's nothing here that should, without medical attention, be life-threatening at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, for mechanically, I'm seriously wounded on the track right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's all. I thought you were grievously. That's
No, I'm not grievous yet.
Oh, shit.
63. A fail.
A fail, you say?
I'm gonna re-roll it to.
All right, go for it. Yeah, let's
Because
use
this
them.
is not the
Alright.
way to start off this. Why not, right? Even
No, we
worse.
don't want to.
Hey!
Oh god.
Guys, we need to not stay like this tonight.
Oh, it's bad, y'all. It's bad.
Oh God,
I
it
thought we had all
is.
discussed
It
rolling
is.
better today.
Yeah, that was the game
Well,
plan, wasn't
I
it?
got-
Yeah. In the pregame huddle, we
know.
all said roll better.
We did. We did.
You
Oh.
Mama, are you trying to fucking kill me? What are you doing?
I think we need to get you back to Bren. He can probably patch you up better.
Yeah, because whatever that was that some kind of, like, deep tissue massage or something? Because that actually hurt a lot more than it helped. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he needed that tourniquet.
Yeah, it's a little excessive. Kind of cutting off circulation a bit there, Mama. Let me just get that off there. He just, like, takes a knife and, like, cuts off a tourniquet from an unnecessarily applied tourniquet from his arm. If you could just help me stand, I'm sure I can walk on my own power.
Yeah, Mama, he is not the governor.
As you say that, Vico, staring directly at Zaz, says to them in a very flat tone, "You're not a very good shot."
I'm really not. It's a new crossbow. It pulled a little more than I was expecting it to. I'm gonna go get my bolt.
As you start to walk by him, he just kind of turns to you and like quietly says, "Is our little alliance coming to an end already? Because with your captain in the state he's in, it'd be most unfortunate in the middle of the jungle."
Did we have an alliance? I thought you were a spectator that was put on our ship.
"I thought as well." And just kind of like
Oh.
looks at the scratch on his arm. "Let me remind you. Your captain is injured, and likely every creature in this forest is descending on us at this moment. The Lady Zara's daughter is still in play. And I'm the only one who knows where the rendezvous is. So, let's agree to play nice."
Of course we'll play nice. I honestly missed. And as you pointed out, there are wild animals about, so we should probably head off because you'll be the last offended.
Very good.
Nixie,
I
let's
expect your
grab
servant-
everybody's barrels and let's get going.
The large crocodile person hulks 2 barrels up, standing over the hacked remains of one of the plants, just kind of as it takes 2 of the barrels and they just kind of start hulking back in the direction of the ship. Alize, you are feeling distinctly nervous at the moment. You know, generally speaking, the jungles of the Barbada archipelago are not a nice place. The plants just tried to kill you. The animals are worse. Kids' blood on the ground right now is like blood in the water with sharks.
Yeah, I'm also still, on the parallel condition track as ignore 1 skill rank. So yeah, she's definitely nervous and urging everybody to hurry it up and let's, get back to the ship. So this is not a safe place. Go, Captain,
Alize,
go.
Alize, would you roll me a survival test? This is a terrain you're familiar with, so make it a +20.
Yeah, I mean, if I had remembered to open Roll20, absolutely, I will look around and I will make sure that I see absolutely everything that is around, stream and everything. And while Roll20 loads, because I totally had that up. Come on, don't fail me right now. Okay, so
The
survival,
jungle
you said?
around you. Yes, survival, please.
All right, so I got to roll beneath a 70 because I got 2 dots in it.
27.
That'll do.
In your peripherals, you see slow movement that pauses whenever you look in its direction, and you get the distinct feeling that that your group is being hunted right now by something.
So, her musket is ready.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like tracking it and like, we need to go. Someone is here for the blood in the air. Let's get out of here. Quick. Veet.
Alexei, could you say that in a less creepy way?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Glad to clear that up. All right.
Crossbow and make sure people are carrying the water, because I don't want to waste this trip.
Yeah.
He's actually creepier than this, but shh.
With that survival check, I will say that is plenty to get the crew back to the ship safely. You move through the jungle. You stay to the path, but you put some of the larger, less injured crew members on the outside, the perimeter of the group, and you catch glances of something feline stalking on the outside, but huge, much larger than even a large cat should be. And it seems to be occasionally stalking the perimeter, looking for an opening to maybe jump on some of your more injured crewmates. But you manage to guide the party back, and you make it back to the beach. And there, on the ship, standing at the gunwale, is Bren. Bren.
Oh yeah,
you have no
we
cat on your
totally need him then when there's a big cat around.
Well,
He's bait.
Bren, you see your captain being assisted out of the jungle, bleeding, blood soaking his wonderful white shirt, maybe even into his jacket a little bit, as he is brought
Red's
forth
not the
to
original color.
Right.
Bren, we need your
Leviathan's
help.
bleeding tits. What happened in the jungle?
You ever heard of plants that eat people? It's that, basically. That's the long and short of it. Could you help me out, Bren? I'm bleeding from places I didn't know I had right now.
Right. Okay, yes, bring him in. We'll give him to the surgery. Were you trying to fight it or make out with it?
Well, it did get pretty up close and personal there for a bit. I wouldn't say I was trying to seduce the plant, but there's a possibility it was into me. Could you please patch up my back now, Bren?
Right, come here. Let's get into the doctor's office. We'll lead him to the actual doctor where he and I can both work out how to make the bleeding man not quite so, blood on the outside.
What is I know you as your background, you have particular talents relating to healing. What are they, please? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Right. So, basically, his previous faith was that of the martyr, and the abbey he lived at was kind of focused on healing, charging exorbitant sums for healing, but still healing nonetheless. So, poultices, patching up some fairly decent-sized wounds, especially for the crusaders that occasionally stop by. So he's got some experience.
All right. So mechanically, what does it do? I know you have like the ability to. You can help out Kit pretty heavily here, right?
Yeah. So it would probably be a heal check.
So you would probably take him down below death, would be my guess, like to the general the doctor's quarters, or would you take him to your shrine?
To the doctor's quarters.
Okay. So, Bren guides you down towards the doctor's quarters. Every step is getting increasingly painful. As now, after that like hour-long walk back to the ship, all the adrenaline has thoroughly worn off, and all the pain of your wounds is really setting in.
Is it just me and Bren together right now? Or did anyone...
Yes.
Just two of us? Okay. Bren, could you reach into my pocket down there? Other side. Kind of hard to reach back there right now.
Right.
There's a flask in there.
Was wondering if you were
Yeah.
meaning that. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you much. And Kit just takes a swig off this. Okay. All right. So what do I got to do?
Right.
Is there anything you can give me to just pass the fuck out for a little bit? Because this really hurts.
Well, there is milk of the poppy. It is quite strong. You want to slip into unconsciousness here? Or I could just punch you in the face. That might work too.
Looks Bren up and down. No offense, man. I don't think that would work, to be honest with you.
Fair. All right. He'll get some some old school morphine, poppy extract, and see if he
Straight
can,
up, yeah. Opium poppy.
at least alleviate the pain to some degree.
So I would say, really quickly, looking at the rules, this would probably best equate to laudanum in
Probably,
our
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You're
Simple
under the
opiates.
influence of laudanum. Yeah. So you are
Fun.
currently, I'll take a look at what exactly that means. You guys continue with your scene. So as you drug the captain, you may now go to work at him. You do. Turhan comes down, the ship's doctor, as he's grabbing a few tools, and he says, "You've got the captain, Bren?"
I do. Let's get to work. I don't think
He
it's
says,
life-threatening, but
Do you need my assistance here, or should I go help some of the other crew who have received light injuries but still need tending?
why don't you handle the rest of the wounded? I'll take care of the captain.
That sounds good. And he grabs a few of his tools and several bandages, and he heads back up to the deck.
Good. All right, and he will get to healing the captain. Put some antiseptic on the wounds, which he'll probably be very thankful he has that painkiller, because otherwise that's going to hurt like a bitch.
That's not so bad. Yep, not so bad. Keep going. I'm good.
Yep. Clean it out. You put some herbal tinctures in there, make sure nothing gets infected, and start doing some sewing work.
Roll me a +10 heal check if you want, or you have some of those nice shiny crits right there.
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
this is probably a good time to use one of these. I hope I'm indicating
Aw,
the right things.
Steve.
Let's use them. So you use a crit, and you do an outstanding job binding the captain's wounds. What does that mean mechanically for the captain?
I would imagine probably bringing his peril up.
There's damage up.
Yeah. Here, let me.
If I recall correctly, you move him two. You move him two trackers.
Yeah.
Is that
So
correct?
I go from serious to light.
bring him completely wounded.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that
Right.
Steve? Is it a talent that lets Bren move him two up on a success?
He doesn't have any particular talents with healing. It's just
Okay, because
he
the
has
success,
training.
a crit success lets you move two up, and if you had a talent that
Okay.
gave you that, then it would be three. But you moved, so Kit,
No,
you
just
moved two up on your tracker as Bren does an outstanding job binding your wounds, and the poppy seed really sets in.
It's the good shit.
Right. How are you feeling, Captain?
Bit of a strange sensation, I suppose. It was like kind of feel like I got punched in the back a whole bunch of times, but then there's also this really pleasant music playing in my head right now, so it's not so bad, all in all, honestly.
Right. Do you think you can stand?
Yeah, I think I can. I need a little bit of help, but yeah, I'll be all right.
Right. Why don't we get you to your quarters?
Yeah, that sounds good.
GM, you're muted.
You are muted, Tom.
Kit, roll me a coordination test at -30. You're under the influence of opiates.
Because you're high. Okay,
Yeah.
coordination. So that would be 63 target number, but you suck, so it is... I have to get below 33. All right. How you like them apples?
7. Wow. So, unlike...
Kit's better when he's high. There you go.
Unlike the teenage master and commander when he was getting his wisdom teeth out, insisting that he could get out of the chair once it was done and falling on his face, Kit staggers for a moment, and then you find your balance. Being this under the influence is not an unusual state for Kit.
Yeah. He's a man who enjoys his drink from time to time. Yeah, this is... Yeah. He can walk pretty good when he's a little bit wobbly.
So it is now time. At this point, the Wilde would be setting sail for Tarus again, and it would be. This is pretty late in the day now. Is there any other scenes that you guys want to happen before we move to nighttime, as the ship begins to weigh anchor and set sail again?
I have one if no one else has one.
Mama's just in the kitchen making pie because it's been a rough day and we all need pie.
This is true. So, what are the benefits of your meal again? Because I know there is a benefit to your meal.
Yes, on a success, everyone moves one step up both the damage and the peril tracker.
What do you need to roll to get that success?
I need trade craft.
So roll me a tradecraft test.
64? Okay.
Okay.
I had
roll
to
me a
see
tradecraft
what
test.
exactly I was rolling again. Actually,
Can you use one of them crits?
Yeah, I'm just gonna crit it.
All right.
So yeah.
Outstanding.
And
so,
I can do up to 15 people on a crit success.
wow.
Yeah,
So,
on a crit success is 3 times my number. We are all
The
great.
crew eats good tonight.
Including the crew. Like,
Rando NPCs are
not
going to be
Vico.
so happy.
I was gonna say, but not Vico.
not
He doesn't
not
get any of the
Vico.
special pie.
Vico does not get pie.
Does
Are
he
you
get
making
the
him another
overly
salted
pie
pie?
from yesterday?
The overly salted pie?
Yeah, he gets... Yeah.
Do the capture
Yeah, I
pie,
think
come
that's
on.
exactly... Yeah. And Vico... You know what? I think I just don't serve Vico at all. Like, he just
you
gets
guys are
nothing.
petty. So,
So petty.
Like, I'll throw him, like...
Oh,
Yeah, like, here's a hunk of bread and, like, some salted meat. Like, that's Vico's dinner. He gets no pie. But us and the crew eat very well. And feel much better now.
after Captain Calloway has been treated by Bren, it is getting into evening. The crew is weighing anchor and setting sail to move around the southern part of this island and continue on the journey to the island of Tarus. And in the ship's galley, an amazing dinner is being set out by Mama Zara. And you all sit down for an incredible meal. Alize, you feel your concerns and your anxiety from the day and that jungle just melt away as you move back up one step on your peril tracker to imperiled. And then you will be sleeping in a safe place, so you can go ahead and move yourself back up to the top rung there. Because tonight will be considered, the ship will be considered a safe place. You all sit around eating, talking with the crew. See Vico sitting there, his arm freshly stitched by the ship's doctor, munching on some stale bread, looking at the pie, kind of hopefully, like looking about, like, where's mine? Is mine coming? Sort of look, and never getting any. And
I will say,
as,
actually, Bren will give him some of his pie.
oh, he smiles at you and says, "You're too kind."
Well, pie such as
He's
this,
right.
good to share.
Well, it is appreciated.
You mess
And
with
as
Zaz, you
dinner-
don't deserve pie.
Did he mess with Zaz? Did he?
He whispered at her. I got big ears. Didn't hear what he said, but I'm not happy. He whispered. People who whisper, they lie.
Captain Kit, what scene were you hoping for?
Oh, because Kit has a recently shredded back, because I got grated by a plant. I feel like Kit probably needs to convalesce in his cabin and can't like go down to the main galley with an open bleeding back wound. So
Yeah, that's probably
I
fair.
was gonna, so I was gonna see if Mama Zara would be so kind as to bring a pie up to my cabin.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sorry, I won't speak for Mama Zara. Mama Zara.
Mama Zara would for sure bring food up to Captain Kit. And I would
Excellent.
probably bring like an extra helping of pie. Like the piece that was should have been Vico's. Kit gets to.
Yes.
He gets to.
If Kit knew that, if Kit knew that it was Vico's pie, he would insist on going down to the galley just so he could look him in the eye while he eats it. Because he is that petty.
Yeah, Mama Zara would be like, there'll be time enough for that. You just rest up and heal up.
Well, yeah,
We're gonna
so
need you.
as far as the actual
be
scene
more
goes,
pie.
like when you would get up there, Mama, like Kit is like laying like on the floor of the cabin, like sprawled out, just with his like recently stitched back exposed, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to get blood on the bed, so I just thought I'd lay on the carpet for a bit. You can put the pie down right there if you don't mind." Oh shit, you brought two? Oh damn. What I do to deserve this?
Yeah. You're not Vico?
Ah, well, it sure wasn't based on
I
merit
didn't
of
think
my
he
recent
needed
combat
it.
performance. Is he
You
getting
gonna
anything
be
to eat
okay,
tonight, or are
Captain?
we just gonna... yeah, I'll be all right. Sit down a second. I wanted to talk to you just a moment, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
No. Not at all. And don't worry, Captain. Like, he's been fed. He's not gonna starve, but he doesn't get the good stuff.
Did you make him the cat shit pie yet? I'm holding
Not
out
yet.
for that, you know.
A small meow
Fine.
comes from the corner as the orange floof tappy of Captain Kit. His tail whipping back and forth, looking down at the pie expectantly.
Oh, come on, kid.
Mama
You
Zara
know
will
that's
sit
not for
down
you.
and scritch the kitty.
Well, this is good. He's been in nothing but a shit mood ever since Beatrice left.
You blame him?
This is... no, I can relate. I can relate. I just wanted to see how you were doing, Mama. All this shit about your daughter. Hell, I never knew any of that. Any reason you never told us about any of this? I mean, we probably could have looked into it a year ago.
I told Captain Beatrice, but it wasn't something that I, spread around too much. I was mostly just trying to run and hide, and I hope it went away until I felt I could deal with it.
And when was that gonna be, Mama?
I don't know, Kit. I don't know.
I mean, you're never really ready to deal with this kind of shit. You just one day got to decide to do it. That's all you can do. And just hope you're ready. But there's no playbook, you know? There's no manual for this kind of shit. It's gotta confront it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just been running for so long. Just
Yeah, I know.
waiting.
Well, I mean, hell, I didn't know until very recently, but I get it. I mean, I understand what you're going through. Wanting to get away from your past, all that shit. We've all done that, but Mama, the thing is, you got to remember that you're not alone. I mean, not just me. It's all of us. The crew loves you. I mean, this is your family right here. And you need anything, these people will fucking stuff their head into a cannon for you if you ask them. I mean, but they'll do it. They're just dumb enough to do it, myself included.
Yeah, we've got a bunch here. I just not used to having family. It's new. Well,
Yeah, I can understand that
I like
too.
it, but it's new. I'm not quite sure how to, letting people in is scary. You can be found.
You're preaching to the choir, sister.
People in.
Preaching to the choir. Hey, listen, I didn't have a chance to tell you, but just so you know, moving forward, decided to make Zaz first mate.
That's the smartest thing you've ever done as captain so far.
I fucking thought so, right? I mean, I done some boneheaded shit, but the minute I told her to be first mate, I was like, all right, I can do this. Yeah, I'm onto something now. Damn right.
This.
Damn right.
As you said,
Yeah.
we're this little boat here. We're family. We gotta rely on each other. That's a lesson we can both learn.
I mean, one minor correction there, Mama. We're a family and also Vico.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing about him? I don't even know what to do about him.
Well,
there's something really weird. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like he seemed a bit too on his game and prepared back there. I don't know if you noticed while you were being thrashed, but there's something
a little bit distracted.
Not right. There's something strange about him.
Yeah, well, what's strange is that Zaz's shot was so bad she managed to not kill him.
I know. It's on the one hand, it kind of seemed like you could pretend it was an accident, but damn, it would have been nice.
It wasn't no accident, and I'm gonna have to talk to Zaz about that, actually. I mean, we don't want to kill the guy, at least in an obvious fucking way. But, well, it's happened, but that one would have been a little bit too obvious. Anyway, Mom, I'm sorry I'm taking up so much of your time, but hey, just keep your head up and know that we're all... I ain't gonna ring no phone now. You're not a goddamn dog. I'm gonna come see you like a person. Just why don't you know that we're all in your corner, that's all.
Thank you.
Anything you need. You're welcome. Now, could you slide that pie over here and Just give their leftovers of this one to the fucking cat.
Sure, Captain. And I will feed him his
Alright.
pie
Night, Mama.
and give the cat some scritches and a couple bites of pie and quietly shut the door as I leave.
Well,
Night, Mama.
as Nell's on the crew, Bren, what are your shipboard sleeping arrangements like? Are you in more of the traditional hammock, or do you prefer a like actual solid bed type?
I think he prefers a hammock.
Outstanding. So,
Nothing too special.
as the night begins and you lay down, the rocking of the boat gently sways your hammock, and it's a familiar feeling. It's the feeling of floating on water. And as a drowned one, it's one very comforting to you, as being in water for the thrice drowned is something very calming to you. And as you drift off to sleep, you find yourself drifting on an endless calm ocean, a clear night sky full of stars above you, and it is blissfully calm. And subtly at first, something begins to cover the stars. But soon every star in the sky becomes obscured, leaving you in complete darkness. And the feeling of water on your back changes. It's the feeling of dozens of hands holding you up. And as that realization dawns on you, they grasp and pull you downward. And you suddenly find yourself on a beach, watching the tide come in. But it's not a tide of water. It's a mass of undulating, necrotic flesh rising towards you. On the front of it, rolling atop a wave of corpses, you see Lady Zara, pale and dead, staring at you with lifeless eyes. And beyond this tide of death, you see a silhouette, massive in the background. It's humanoid, but with the outline of a cobra's hood head, and laughter echoes in the air. Feminine and full of malice at first, but quickly descending in pitch to a bass rumble, as if thunder was washing over you. And you feel just a premonition from the Leviathan, warning, as you snap back awake in the middle of the night to find everything calm on the ship in the midst of night. This is a good point to remind everyone in the audience. We are using safety tools on here. I forgot to say this at the front, but we are using safety tools as a crew. If you ever feel the need to take a break, this is grim and perilous adventuring. This is not a full-on horror game. But if you ever feel the need to break, take a break by all means. Everyone in this cast is using safety tools, and we are all safe and feeling and having fun. But just a friendly reminder, Bren, you have snapped out of this dream. It is. You are in the lower decks of the ship, and you can see all the hammocks swaying gently. And everything seems to be fine.
Okay. Bren will scamper up to the deck. We'll look out over the water. Everything's still hunky-dory?
It is. There's a brisk breeze on the air, but it is the perfect type of wind. It is just enough to fill the sails without being violent, and it is a partially cloudy night. You can see a you can see like a partially full moon in the air. You can see stars, and it appears to be a wonderful, calm night on the water.
Okay. He will kind of lean onto his staff a little bit. Go, Queen, Sea and Storm. I will not let your gift go to waste. Whatever dark power has wrapped its tendrils around Zara, in your name it will be expunged.
There is a gust of wind that blows and furls your cloak as you say that.
He's not gonna after that. So he's gonna essentially go down to like bilge, where there's still, I'd imagine, still a decent amount of seawater.
Yeah.
And he's essentially going to meditate the rest of the night. He's going to be sitting in chest deep water with his staff, eyes closed, just contemplating this vision and thinking of what in the high holy hell he's going to say to Zara on the morrow.
So, I was really hoping you were going to work the bilge pump so we could go back into that lore. But, Bren, meditating in the ship's bilge below the cargo deck, the sun creeps up over the horizon, and I believe that it would probably be Zaz that would rise first, being the light sleeper. Zaz rises, and where do you go when you rise in the morning? Where does your shift begin?
Zaz's shift would begin with a walkthrough to make sure nothing exploded during the night without their knowledge. Make sure everything is in tip-top order. And once that's done, they would make their way up to the helm.
Excellent. The morning is dawning very nicely, and you see the first instance of something that you fully expected to see, the Misty Island. The Misty Island is a small island just off the coast of Tarus. You're going to run along the northern side of the Misty Island, and then you're going to make a southeastern turn and pass through a strait between the two islands to get to the bay that you're going to be dropping anchor in. So this is a good sign on your journey for the morning, as this is an expected landmark on your journey.
Good. We're back on course. Excellent. I'm going to relieve whoever had the night shift at the helm.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a human named Stella, and she just kind of says, "Thank you, First Mate Zaz. Sleep well?"
I did.
Outstanding. I'm going to go complete my duties and catch some sleep.
You don't have dark vision. Why are you on the helm at night without dark vision? I'm going to make sure
Humans
I reassign you to a different shift.
Humans can man the helm at night, thank you very much, especially on a mostly full moon night.
I'm sure you can, but your abilities would be best served. Maybe a second shift when I'm off, and someone who can see better in the dark could helm better at night.
Very well, very well. Stella heads off to under deck to get some food and grab some sleep.
Okay.
As the rest of the crew awakens, Bren, you are down in the bilge. Zara, you are preparing the morning meal to both feed those waking up and feed those coming off of the night shift before they go to bed. And as everybody is getting settled, Zaz,
Yep.
you see coming around, you see off in the distance the island of Tarus. And you know the
That's the one we're
turn
going.
is coming soon. Yes, that's the island you're going to. And you know you're going to have to turn southeast soon to pass between the two islands. And as you are preparing to make the turn, suddenly, somewhat orangish in the dawn light, you see sails coming out of that strait. 3 masts worth of sails. A large ship, a galleon, sailing north. And atop it, you see a red flag with a yellow bull on it, the flag of Zara, the city that is currently hunting for your ship. They are about 2,000 yards off, and you can see crew members starting to look over in your direction. What do you do?
All right. Do we have anything set up to warn everybody that something's coming that's quieter than, say, a bell, which could carry over water?
You would have a call to get to quarters. Like, it would just be a call, like either a drum or some sort of signaling thing for everyone to get to battle station, which would be known as like getting to quarters. So you a call that you could send out.
I'll activate that or give the call, whatever that is.
Yeah, so you call beat to quarters and a drum begins beating and all of you hear the call stations. So Alize, you immediately get up to the crow's nest. Captain Kit, you move up to the helm, and all of you begin moving to your assigned stations as Zaz points to the ship as Kit moves up.
Very, very quick mechanical question. Really, really quick mechanical question. Did Mama Zara's pie knock me up another phrasing? Bump me up another light on the damage condition track?
You have not had time yet to have breakfast. Breakfast is left
from yeah, last night's pie moves you up 1 for damage and peril.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah,
unharmed.
You are
I only had Bren's healing mark so far.
Between Bren and Mama.
Yeah, between Bren and Mama, I am good. Okay.
You bound up the stairs, feeling much refreshed.
Yep. I think he's still not. Kit don't have the jacket on yet. It's too early. Kit bounds up. Between Bren's healing and Mama's pie, he's feeling pretty good, but still did get fucked up yesterday. So he comes rushing up the stairs quick as he can. Thankfully, legs are still in good shape, so he's not limping too bad. But kind of hobbles over. We gotta kill somebody? What's going on?
Killing somebody might be a bad call in this instance. I'm gonna point out the much, much bigger ship than ours. I don't think we were expecting company here, Captain.
No, we were not. Supposed to be basically deserted waters out here, so this is pretty fucking annoying, but... Oh, shit. Venisarans? Go figure. Yeah, alright. That makes sense.
Kit, you have
also
a
looks
dot
like,
like us right now.
I do have a dot in warfare, yes.
Well, then I'm going to give you this without a roll, because we had another round of subs come in. We've got 2 sub goals stashed, so you get this without a roll. I'm going to count this as a crit success. Kit, you've had a hell of a time recently. Between the governor bending you over a barrel and the fact that you just got your ass handed to you by a plant, it's been a fucking time. But you look at this ship, and you know this is a Venisarran galleon. This is a big fucker. It's got 4 guns, a crew of 150. You don't want to get to a slugging match with this thing. But Captain Beatrice ran circles around these things, and you know exactly what to do. what you're going to do is you know that angle of approach is everything here. If you can hit the right angle, its broadside won't be able to hit you. If you can get behind it, you can shoot out its rudder and get away clean. The keys here are the right angle, piloting, speed. You need all your sails open as soon as you can. Some good shooting. And Bren has a bit of magic, and there's going to be a critical moment when you get into musket shot range where Alize takes out their helmsman.
Okay.
But it needs to
First of all, as far as plans go, hot, and I love it. But yeah, so Kit, this dawns on Kit, you know, as Zaz, like one of the last things he said was like way bigger ship, you know. It kind of dawns on him like, wait a minute though. Those things, you know as well as I do, those things are fucking slow as shit. They can't turn for a damn thing. We're pretty small. We approach this thing from the right angle, we go fast enough. We're gonna need someone pretty fucking good at the helm. Yep.
I'm already here.
Perfect. Alright. I will stay far away from that thing. That's my contribution to this particular plan. To stay as far away from the helm as possible. Trust you with this. I'm gonna ready a boarding crew. This,
I would say, Kit,
this could actually...
you know you don't want to board this thing. This thing massively outnumbers you. You want to hit it and run.
Oh,
yeah, you want to disable it and get the fuck away from it. No, it's you want to get away from it.
Oh, then retract that last bit then.
You're readying a party to flip him the bird as you sail away. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If that's the plan, then I don't see the point in attacking the fucking thing at all. I mean, if we're so much faster, the prudent move would be to bail.
They're currently turning to try to engage you. So taking out their rudder means they can't move any. They can't steer anymore. So they won't be able to follow you. Yeah. They won't be able to do shit. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm happy just to piss in their Cheerios. That's fine too.
Yeah.
All right. Kit, no boarding for me.
Possibly open up all the sails. Is that a you thing, Kit?
Yeah, I can help. I do that.
Let's start with Zaz. Make me a piloting check to find the proper angle so that you are... I forgot to mention. Kit, the other thing that you know, because this was a crit success, you know the range of their guns. You've seen these kind of ships in action before. You know that you outrange them. So you can skirt along the edge of their range so they can't unload on you, but you can poke at them. So I'm going to need Zaz to roll me a piloting check to see if you can hit that perfect angle to make sure you don't get hit.
You know, I think I'm going to choose to not roll you a check and instead use this lovely little crit up here that I was gifted in the last session. Make sure we... This seems like the good time to do it. If there was ever a good time...
Absolutely.
Not screwing this up is it.
If ever was a good time, it's whenever the intense music starts playing, which it now has.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you chose wisely.
All of a sudden we get music. Now is when we're using a crit.
Absolutely.
Kit, as you call this out, Zaz swings you onto the perfect course. As you now begin sailing at an angle, as it is sailing north, you are now sailing just out of its range, heading towards its rear. As you see crew on the cannon begin loading their crew on the enemy ship begin loading the cannon, and you know you need more speed, so you need someone to open the sails.
Captain, get volunteers for that job. I'm pretty strong and I'm fast.
Roll me a trade craft.
And I'd like. Yeah, right on. And he's kind of like marshaling the, as Kit is fond of doing, like just bossing around people on deck, getting as many people to help as he possibly can. So So target would be a 57. Is there any modifier to this at all?
Let's say this is something you've done before, so plus 10.
Yeah. Okay, so get below a 67. What could go wrong? That could go wrong.
You've got the rerolls right there.
I have three crits. Oh, I should have done that before. Yeah.
You can reroll.
Yeah,
You can use both of them.
I may as well. It almost feels unsporting at this point. But yeah, okay. I'll re-roll and use it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll
When
re-roll
you
and
think
use
it's
crit.
unsporting, remember that he used 2 rerolls and a crit against you last session.
That is very true.
I'm just saying, so let's be clear, this skill challenge is to make sure that you guys are not in the firing arc of the ship. So if you fail rolls, you're gonna take fire.
Yeah, that's fair.
So don't be shy about using crits, because it's gonna hurt if you don't. So Kit, you begin barking orders, and you put actions to words as you climb up into the rigging and begin opening sails. And the Wilde's masts come alive with white sails that begin filling with wind. And you begin following Zaz's perfect course towards the ship as you see them desperately trying to turn and angle their cannons towards you. I will say, is there anything that Bren can add to this magic-wise, or potentially Lady Zara in this moment? You're not required to, but if you feel you have something to add, please do.
Does he still have that magic one that gives like plus 10%?
Oh, you're
Yes,
right. I
that's
forgot
got the
about
passive
that.
thing going.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
I'm going to be reminding you of that every single time. Yeah. It is a very good for ships. Otherwise, he's, if I recall correctly, he's kind of helping with the sails. He's shouting at, all the various sailors, just, get going, you lazy bilge rats! Get those sails unfurled this instant! We're hunting us a galleon!
Now, doesn't that feel a hell of a lot better than fucking singing, Bren?
There's a time and a place. There is a time and a place, and it's not on the ass end of a galleon, I can tell you that much.
Kit,
You chose the right fucking time. Let's do this.
as you get down from the rigging, you see that you are passing the side of this ship, out of range of the cannon, but in range of your outstanding cannon, and you have a chance to pass enemy ship with your cannon. Roll me a plus 10% warfare check to call out the shot to your cannoneers. Roll 20 being weird, or is it just delayed? %10 is totally math. VV, I agree. Oh, okay. So, we've lost Colin momentarily. That's all right. So, cannons bark in a brief side, as the Wilde only has 3 cannon on each side, but they are long-ranged. They are cutting-edge bronze fixtures that you stole about a year ago that thoroughly outrange the ship. And you see the cannonballs impact as pieces of the ship jump off suddenly, seeming of their own. And you see crew diving for cover. And you begin swinging around the back of the ship. And this is the critical moment. You are now within an extremely long musket shot as the 2 ships are attempting to outturn each other. The Wilde is winning, but you are just at the edge of their firing arc. And Kit, at this point, calls up to Alize, "Take him!" As you see the helmsman on the other ship pulling the wheel, turning them. Now, Alize, I know you have the bounty hunter trait, but this is an extremely long-range shot. I'm going to say you need to roll for this one. This would normally be a -30 at the range you're at, but I'm going to say it's a -20. So do you want to roll, or do you want to use one of those nice, lovely crits up there?
Let's be safe.
All right. You relax as you take aim, and you see their helmsman holding the ship. Feel the rocking of your own ship, and you see the rocking of theirs, and you let out a breath as you feel the ship come down off the uprow, and you squeeze the trigger, and there's a flash next to your face, and you see the enemy helmsman's shoulder whip around, and they are dropped to the deck, clutching their arm, and the wheel begins to spin. And as you come around the rear of the ship, the crew's trusty gunner, a dwarf named Nolot Rockbelly, calls out, "Right, boys, we're gonna do this proper," and he says, "Front cannon fire!" And they do a rolling barrage as you go by the ship, aiming at the water line. As you see water jump, and wood flies off of the enemy ship, and the rudder breaks off and flies into the water. And the enemy ship, now rudderless, continues in the direction that it's going as Zaz swings the Wilde onto its course south, away from the Venisarn galley, now helpless to follow you. So, you've all, as the hours begin to fade after this, and you begin moving around this island of Tarus, you have a few moments to yourself. Are there any characters that would like to speak to each other after our exciting escape?
I could see Bren possibly wanting to chat with Zaz, actually.
Oh. All right. You okay with
Where-
chatting
where
at
would
the
Zaz
helm?
be?
Or would...
Would they be at the helm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brent, Zaz would be at the helm still, so you make your way up onto the quarterdeck and find Zaz manning the helm.
Okay, he kind of sidles up next to Zaz, not too close, giving them a decent berth. Just goes, Zaz, I think I've needed your counsel.
First, you can step closer. It's helming a ship. It's not advanced acrobatics. I don't need that much space.
Right.
Secondly, isn't it
I know you
normally
don't
the other way
know
around?
very well. Just step a little closer. How much stock do you put in the divine, supernatural?
I mean, if you're asking me, do I believe that you're able to channel something and make big, impressive magic happen, then yes, I've seen that. And do I believe that the Ancient Ones have a plan for everybody? I mean, sort of, I think so. But if I really believed that, would I be here and not home? I don't,
Right,
and now I'm
complicated
looking at you
question.
and not thinking that's what you were asking at all, and so I'm super lost.
You're actually fairly accurate there. Where do premonitions full on that exactly.
I mean, I've never had one, but there was an elder in my village who those were considered pretty accurate. Or why?
Look, I don't want this spreading among the group. Just in case I am horribly wrong and just had a bad side of potatoes, no one freaks out. I had
You really don't need to preface things with me with, hey, don't tell people. I mean, I'm gonna go tell Kit because that's my job. But, like, do I look like I go around and tell people things? I don't talk to people.
Well, even with Kit, do you not tell him right away?
I think that's gonna require me to hear what you say, because I definitely cannot make that promise in advance.
Fair, fair. I had a rather troubling vision, I believe in my heart of hearts, was given to me by the Leviathan, by my goddess. It concerns Zara. The sea, as I gazed upon it, turned to writhing, necrotic flesh. I saw Zara riding that wave, a wave of the dead. She was, something about her changed. She was pale. She didn't look like she was one of the living. There was something terrible looming over her. I feel like it was getting her. I think she might have tapped into something.
And you see Zaz look like they're about to talk, and then wait, and be about to talk, and then wait. Bren, are you saying the pie is evil?
Not saying the pie is evil. I'm saying Zara may have come in contact with something. Look, I won't pretend that my goddess does not have her rough edges. But there are things in this world and beyond this world which can only spell doom for this world. I think
Where would
Zara might
Zara
have come in contact with one of those.
Where would Zara have come in contact with an undead doom? I mean, she's been on the ship with us. We would have known if there was an undead doom here, right?
Would you have?
Well, no, I wouldn't have, but I was kind of relying on you to know that.
Well, that's why I'm telling you this. This is your...
This is me relying on you to tell me if there's an undead doom, and this is making me really not like this conversation, Bren. Okay. There's an undead
confusing,
doom.
I know.
Why are we not telling Kid about the undead doom?
I'd rather not panic the crew, especially considering... I don't know if you've heard whispers among the crew. Doesn't look like they're liking Kit so far. Might have changed with the, hindering of the galleon, but so far, at least according to Kit himself, there's been some rustling, some rather foul rumors on the crew that he is an unfit captain. And you and I know it's a damnable lie, but it's there. And
It is,
I'd
and
rather not
Bren,
feel on fire, so to say.
Bren, I want you to listen to me very carefully here. Keeping secrets from Kit is not going to make him seem like more fit captain. You need to tell him. You need to tell him now so that he can be on top of things. I'm not going to tell him. You are.
Fair enough. Thank you, Zaz. I appreciate your clarity of thoughts.
You're welcome? Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for
And
coming to visit.
Well, I appreciate your counsel. I genuinely hope you know that.
Yes, I think so.
Will. Yeah. And he will go find the captain.
Where would Captain Kit be after an exhilarating moment of escaping an enemy ship and completely embarrassing it the way you did?
Kit would be down, not in his cabin. He'd be down below deck, probably, or even on the main deck, just with the rank and file crew, with just the regular red shirt sailors out there, just like passing around a bottle and talking shit about the Venisards and how lame they are. Arm wrestling some old friends. These are the guys, these are the men and women that he was boarding ships with for years. So he's pretty tight with a lot of them. I think you said it was Valentina, one of the other ones there.
Yeah, Valentina, the small, diminutive but fiery member of the boarding party, turns to you and went like, Captain, that was well done. And you see Heinrich, the larger member of the boarding party, who had been questioning you earlier, just saying, "That was a mighty fine bit of sailing, Captain."
Thank you, Heinrich. I appreciate that. Does that assuage any of your questions, Heinrich? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I understand shit's been fucked up. I mean, but look, we can do this. That's what all I'm saying. You saw what this crew is capable of. We can do this, no
Captain.
problem.
Let's. Yes. We'll leave it at that. And kind of like gives you a little, bop on the arm. Well done, Captain.
All right. I'm still not done talking with you, Heinrich, but for now, let's enjoy this.
That's fair.
Bren, come on over. We're just getting into the rum.
Right, yes. Captain, may I speak with you in private?
You still gonna take me up on that rum? That's weird that my microphone's not over here. Still gonna take me up on a drink?
I think I can work with that.
All right. Valentina, keep the rest of these folks occupied. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Well, however long you need me, Bren. And pulls Valentina close. Just if you're doing wrestling, just whip the shit out of Heinrich for me, will you?
I'll stick to sword fighting with him. He's a bit big.
Yeah, all right, fine. Just where the armor's weak. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. Where'd you like to go, Brent? That's my girl.
Perhaps your quarters would be most appropriate.
Yeah, alright, sure. Sounds good. And Kit walks up to his quarters and kind of like fumbles with his key ring, looking for the key to his quarters. Shit, I forget which one this is. Thea never would tell me, actually, so I only recently. It's no, that's not the one. Fucking big brass one, big brass key. That's the one. All right. He sticks the key in and gets the door open, kind of stumbles in a bit, and shoos away Kit the cat, who's been locked in the cabin. Oh, get out of here, you mangy son of a... I told you to leave Bren the fuck alone, Kit. Would you back the hell off?
Scurries out and below deck.
Can't train a fucking cat, Bren, sorry. Alright. And he sits down and puts 2 glasses, pours a bit of rum for Bren. Well, first of all, to your health and continued safety. That was damn good work.
And here, my captain.
Alright. What's the Leviathan got for me, Bren? Oh, yeah, sorry, should have warned you. This is the, they call it Navy strength rum. I can tell what, I've seen a lot of Navy boys. Right. They could not handle this shit.
Well, I'm glad I have the Leviathan to give me our constitution. Right. Whew. Okay.
So what's going on?
Captain, how much stock do you put in divination, prophecy?
About as much stock as I put into whale oil, and turned out to be a pretty bad fucking investment likewise.
Fair. And perhaps you'll dismiss my worries, but I consulted Zaz, and they recommended I run it by you. And
right.
he'll tell Kit what he told Zaz about
the
the vision and his concerns.
So the real Cliff Note, and I've heard it twice now, but the real Cliff Note version is wave of necrotic flesh carrying away Mama Zara?
Well, not carrying away, carrying onto land, backed by a huge monolithic, thing. Shall we figure?
I mean, I'll level with you, Bren. I don't know what the hell to make of any of that. I'm not no seer. I'm just a sailor.
Fair.
You tell me though, Bren. You're studied in this stuff. You've read, books and shit. What's any of that supposed to mean? What's that mean to you?
I won't pretend gods don't have their dark side. But there are things in this world and beyond it which make them look like puppy dogs. Even mine. I think Zara might have encountered, been affected, I fear to say, perhaps even made a pact with something truly grim and perilous.
Mic drop. We'll be here all night. You're saying... Alright. What you're saying is that Mama Zara, our cook, made a deal with some kind of... What's the term here? Let me see if I'm using this right. Some kind of demonic entity or something like that, or
Demonic,
is that about right?
Eldritch.
Evil spirit? Eldritch. That's a good word. Don't know that one. What's that mean?
Something unexplainable, something beyond the more comprehension of terror.
All right. Okay. So, like, see if I'm following you here. Like, we don't understand the weather at all, and that shit can destroy your boat. And we don't know where it's, we can't tell you which way storms come. Come on, they call that meteorology, some shit. No one knows what that is. That's like eldritch terror, right?
More like, how to put this? You've been a sailor long enough. You've heard tales of krakens and island turtles, things from beneath.
Yeah.
That can surface at a moment's notice.
Yeah, heard them stories. It's all bullshit, but yeah, I heard that.
Believe me, they're less bullshit than you think. But that's more
I take your word.
to what I mean. Point is, I admit I'm at a loss. Not quite sure how to proceed, if we even should proceed.
Well, what would you do in a case like that, Bren? If everything you're saying is true, and I don't know for shit if it is, if everything you're saying to me right now is in fact the case, what's the next step? What do you do? How do you get rid of a problem like a eldritch entity that's attached to your cook? This is a very specific issue we got to work out here. What would you do? Is there like an exorcism type thing, or what? What?
There might be, but the issue would lie with Zara. She would have to be willing, able, and perhaps the tales are different from where you're from, but the tales I've heard, those who make pacts with entities that give holy men visions of writhing tidal waves of rotting flesh tend not to go willingly. Let me put it that way.
Well, I didn't know any of these stories, Bran. I didn't grow up hearing this kind of weird shit. Not a whole lot of stories where I grew up with people making deals with devils and whatnot. Everybody was pretty rich, so I don't know, maybe they didn't want for much. Mostly all the stories were about cautionary tales about not minding your investments and losing your money. Things I did not pay attention to whatsoever. Anyway, Hellbrand, I don't know what to make it any of this, but you say it's important. Simple as that.
Right. I do think we should be aware. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but well, then we're in the same boat, figuratively and literally.
It's a ship, Bran. It ain't a fucking boat. Come on now.
Right, I'm used to lakes. My apologies.
You should stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Fair.
I can't believe I've had TLC references in so many RPGs recently.
Right. My worry. I don't think she's going. I don't think anything's going to happen in the next 5, days. Perhaps nothing will even come of it on our journey. But if something does happen, if my visions turn to reality, if Zara becomes something utterly not Zara, are we willing to end her?
Nah, Bran. Nah. No fucking way. And that's I'm sorry, buddy. That's gonna have to be the last time you ask me that question. And that's an order.
Understood, Captain.
I don't mean nothing by that, Bren. And I be on you like that, but we're not gonna do that to one of our own. You understand me?
Fair. I do worry about this crew. Been through quite a bit,
Yeah,
even
me too.
on the short journey. Last thing we need is something from beyond the stars. Get things worse, not just for our little ship, but potentially for the rest of these waters.
Well, Bren, I never once questioned your loyalty. I ain't questioning it now. I'm just want to remind you something. That's all. I want you to hear good here.
Right.
The rest of the fucking sea can boil for all I care. What matters is who's on this boat right now. And yes, I did just call it a boat after chastising you for doing so. And we're going to look out for our own. Alright? That's all we can do. Outside this ship, ain't nothing else matters. But we're going to look out for each other. That's the kind of ship I'm going to run.
As you wish, Captain. I'll do
Thanks
my
for
best
talking,
to try
Bren.
and save the soul of our cook before we ever have to consider unpalatable problems.
Anything you need, Bren. Anything you need, I'll help you.
Duly noted.
Short of that one thing. You understand. Listen, I'm going to go arm wrestle Valentina. It was good talking to you.
Have a good
So,
night, Captain.
Have a good night, Bren.
As Bren leaves the cabin, Alize, I believe you wanted to search the ship for somebody.
Yes, yes. There's somebody I would like to talk to.
Who would you like to find?
Oh, our spectator. Mr. Vico.
Would you please roll me an awareness test at -20?
Nope. I'm gonna use that crit.
Okay.
Because rolling
It
under
takes
50
you-
might have been hard.
It takes you a fair amount of time. It's surprisingly difficult to find Vico, as he's not in his assigned quarters. He's not in the galley. You actually end up finding him on deck, and his demeanor and his manner causes him to blend in quite easily with the rest of the crew. And he seems to almost blend in with them. And he appears to be hanging out on the deck, somewhat near the quarterdeck, but not explicitly there, just kind of leaning against the mast, watching the water, watching Tarus go by. And as you approach behind him, he says to you, "Hello, Alex. It's nice to see you."
Well, hello.
What
I
can
almost
help
thought
with?
you were hiding. You are
Me?
not easy to find.
I have been told that before.
Mm-hmm. At home?
And he looks back at Tarus and he says, "It's wondrous, isn't it? Finding a lost civilization, a lost homeland for a people. Your people."
Not an answer. But nice. Not an answer. I'm not here to talk about my people. I'm here to talk about your people.
My people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head and make an inference here and assume you're talking about the governor.
Well, I I would not know any of the other people that are in the family. So, you might have noticed I don't take kindly to somebody hurting Mama Zara. I do not take kindly to people whispering to my crewmates. Nobody can hear. She starts playing with her little dagger and just flipping.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought we should make clear where we stand on this voyage.
Roll me a... Oh, where is it? What would be the appropriate... Roll me an Intimidate test. Do you have dot in Intimidate? This is technically on the ship, so go ahead and add +10 to it.
No, I don't have a dot.
Oh, add +10
So,
to it because Bren's...
So +10 to the brawn?
Yeah.
And plus 10%, or is it then minus 10%? This is a little
No,
confusing.
plus 10% because of Bren's enchantment on the ship. So,
Okay, so
whatever your target is, add 10. Ooh.
oh, my target is 52.
You see him kind of assess you a bit, and he watches that dagger flip through, and you can see his eyes. Are you carrying your musket with you?
Always. Musket.
He-
Pistol. Smell like gunpowder.
His eyes flick to the musket behind you, and he says, "We understand each other perfectly. I will not harming the Lady Zara or any other member of the crew, unless, of course, my own safety becomes an issue. But as long as no one attempts to harm me, I will not attempt to harm anyone."
You're all right. That is all right. However, I will take deadly offense if you keep whispering to my teammates when nobody hears. Because I think you broke your promise.
He just kind of indicates the stitches on his arm. We were simply discussing the first mate's aim with their crossbow.
She very clearly not good at aiming. There's nothing to
It's
talk
a new
about.
crossbow, you see. It pulls a bit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If she wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Perhaps you could give Zaz some lessons, as you seem to be an expert shot.
I might. Just remember, she want you dead, she want you dead. We put you in pie. Good day.
I'm now somewhat assured that I didn't get a piece of pie the other night.
And she walks away.
The night passes, and the next morning, after everybody is up, and after everyone is about their shift, you come to the Bay of Taurus. The bay is a large body of water, and the entry to it, there are two raised peninsulas jutting out from the island, mountainous and looming, provide wondrous visual pockets for one to anchor a ship without being seen on the open water. And our perfect sheltered harbors against storms and other dangers. So as you swing into this harbor, you are greeted with the sight of Tarus. You see thin strips of white sand, inviting beaches for you to make landfall, that turn abruptly into thick jungle. The island's elevation rises quickly into a ridgeline, and it is all covered with incredibly dense green wildlife. And that ridgeline seems to loom over the bay, as if the jungle itself is keeping watch. There is a mountain that rises in the center of the island, all green, all covered with plant life with strange black clouds mixed amongst the white clouds towards the top. And as you begin to drop anchor, Vico approaches the captain. Captain Kit, you've made good your promise so far to my employer, and he removes a rolled piece of parchment and provides you with a map. It says, to our best intelligence, and he opens it. You see a rough map of the island with a indication, an X, if you will, towards the base of the far mountain, towards the end of the bay. So this is the ideal place to drop anchor. He says, if you will see here, this is where our intelligence from the Venesaran best indicate that the lost city was.
Yeah.
If you wish to landfall, I recommend a reasonably sized party, small if you will, as the larger Venesaran expedition was whittled down very quickly by the jungle. I would of course ask to be amongst those who go ashore.
Hold on there, Vico. Did I understand correctly that you advised me to take a particularly larger party because
smaller party,
some of them are likely to... I see. Because Venesaurans got slaughtered when they took a larger party.
There's a high density of Grendel on this island, and small groups tend to draw less attention. I would be happy to accompany you. I'll carry whatever supplies you wish for this to make myself useful to you. But my employer rather prefers that I oversee the acquisition of this book.
And by oversee the acquisition, let's speak plainly now, friend. Say what you mean by that.
We want to make sure that you take the book and bring him the actual book that you find in the city and don't perform any switches. If you prefer to leave me here on your ship without your supervision, that would of course be your choice.
Oh, see, Vico. Vico. Here's the thing. You're a smart guy. I can tell. Smart fella. Right? Shit. Did you go to school or something? Did you go to university, get yourself a degree, something like that?
No.
No. Oh well. Shit. I'm just very proud of you because you are clearly whipped. So quick on the draw. But here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about Kit Calloway. I am stupid. Very, very stupid. And here's why you should pay attention to what that means, Vico. You should probably really drink deep this whole notion that you don't want to piss off a stupid man, because a smart man would not talk to you the way I'm talking to you right now. A smart man would recognize that you're an employee of the person who absolutely has my balls in a vice right now and could send my ship to the bottom of the ocean at any given time. But here's the thing, I am stupid, so I'm willing to look you straight in the eye and tell you that if you say anything to me remotely that sounds like you're threatening my ship the way that you just did, I'm going to take this dagger, right, and I'm going to stuff it so far up your ass it's going to be coming out your eyeballs. You understand me, Vico? We all perfectly clear on that.
He looks back at you and looks at the dagger and says, we are perfectly clear, Captain. I think you and I share one thing in all of this. We both very much need this mission to be a success.
Yeah. And why is that for you, Vico? Sounds like there's a side story coming my way.
Sob story. Just doing my job.
Well, I've laid my cards on the table. I told you I'll fucking kill you if you try to screw any of us over, but you probably already figured that. Hell,
it's
got nothing to hide,
made
man. What's going on? Why do you need this to succeed, Vico? Come on, lay it on me. You know what? You know my deal. It's because your boss is strong-arming me. What's your deal?
Roll me a charm test.
Oh. Can I ask you to be generous and call it guile? Because I strong-armed him into talking?
That would be more intimidation. You want to roll an intimidation?
Oh, I was definitely trying to intimidate him. I mean, I just threatened the shit.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, the knife, the blade, I think intimidation fits more than guile.
Okay, okay. Thank you for being generous. I appreciate that. Is that this counts as a guile test then? Is that its own thing?
Its intimidation is up in brawn.
Oh.
Too bad you're
Well,
not good at that, right?
Too bad I'm not good at that. That's gotta get below a 66.
All right.
Are you?
Oh no!
Are
you? No! Do you want to use one of those lovely rerolls?
Reroll it. Crit.
All right.
Reroll it. Crit.
Reroll and a crit. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
All right. Let me
Kid is not
take
allowed
care
to
of
roll
that.
anymore.
I'm sure this won't come back to bite me at all.
No,
Keep the
there's
crit
nothing
coming
important
because
coming up.
Kid is not allowed to roll anymore.
Yeah, no, seriously, I don't think
My
this
rolls are
crew's allowed
garbage
to
today.
roll dice anymore. So Chaos Chorus, if you could support Chaos Crew here by just not letting them roll ever again, that'd be great. So as you stare at him holding the knife, you see something flicker behind his eyes, and he just kind of leans in and says, "You're not the only one who the governor has," what was your turn of phrase? Their balls in a vice? He makes a bit of a habit of it. Not the fun kind.
There's a fun kind of it. I just learned a hell of a lot about you, Vico. Alright, well, that got personal quick. We can... that's not the direction I was in. Okay, Vico. Your boss is a fucking asshole. You know that as well as I do. You ever... I know, it's
He
hard.
got me in chat, sorry.
Oh, I was angry.
Sorry. Please continue. Serious moment, serious face. Let's go.
Vico, your boss is a fucking asshole. You know that as well as I do. And if you feel the need to, well, perhaps not go along with all of his plans at any point, and there's a way to safely do so, it would behoove you to inform your captain of that. There's something you need.
Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. That is definitely a charm test. That is definitely a charm test, and that is definitely a -20 on that. You were trying to flip him, and you know what? Someone just donated that nice, lovely crit fail, and I'm gonna take that right there. Crit fail.
I had a feeling you might.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If nothing else, you got me to burn it in an RP session and not combat, so that's good on you.
It's not gonna kill me. It'll just make this guy hate me.
As you see him calculate for a moment, you see him think, and then he turns back to you and says, "Captain Calloway, I believe it is in everyone's best interest if this mission goes as smoothly as possible. I've seen the governors capable of. I've enacted it myself on several occasions. Please, let's keep this as pleasant as possible."
I hear you, loud and clear. Hey, I saw that. You had to think about it. And that's half the battle right there, brother.
I believe the other half is knowledge.
Yeah, I don't got too much of that. I'm kind of putting all my chips on the other battle, but... yeah, alright. You can board Vico. You're gonna carry some shit. That's just keeping good order. Which, fine, you can come aboard. You're going to have Alize behind you the entire time. Hope you understand.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, you're a fucking masochist, my friend, but alright. I'll see you ashore.
So, for the sake of the fact that we are playing a game here, and we have arrived at our destination, which means that Bren's blessing on the ship has now lifted. I'm going to assume that all players are part of this shore party. As you row ashore onto the beach, and you all land, having outfitted yourself with food and water, as looking over the route, you assess that this is going to take about 2 days of traveling to reach the city. And you begin to move into another jungle, but this time there is no path, there is no beaten trail. This is just raw, untamed jungle. Looking at the map, I'm going to need someone to make me a navigation roll to best understand what directions you will be going during this. The sky is visible. The stars are not in sight, but we'll say that you can benefit from that. So, who would like to make a navigation roll?
You on that?
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mix up the pilot and navigation. I forget what to...
Yeah, I think her and I are both pretty good at it. Okay, so
yeah.
But you get a bonus for being able to see the sky, if I recall correctly.
Stars.
Yes, it's a plus 20%.
I get the same bonus
if I can see.
Okay.
It's azimuth. I believe Bren has that bonus as well.
Oh well, Mama Zara's got it covered.
Yeah, because I had to beat a 70.
So,
yeah, Mama.
You quickly determine that you're going to be heading north by northeast, over the ridge line and towards the mountain, and that you're going to be able to keep a fairly steady course. But now that you know the direction you're going, now comes the process of picking out the route through the actual physical jungle, which is going to be a survival check. So who would like the group scout and roll a survival check? All right. Alize, roll us a survival check. $36. I'm assuming that succeeds under your target?
Yes, because that's a 70. My target's a 70.
Oh, excellent. Wow.
Got 2 survival.
That's amazing. Oh, you put your 50 into that one, right? That's awesome. All right, so now, finally, someone needs to be watching the group and watching for threats while the path is picked out. Who would like to make an awareness test as you are moving forward? Zara has made the navigation. Alize is picking out the path. I need someone else to roll an awareness test.
Awareness test?
Kit, how's your awareness?
Think pretty good. Let me double check real quick. Awareness.
Dang it, I was supposed to watch the dude. Oh.
It's not. It's not bad. It's not great. I have it's worse than a coin flip. I'm under 50%. I don't know if anyone else is better. If no one else, I'm happy to do it.
Okay.
I can do it. I got a 2. That's at least slightly better.
I would give you
Too bad I can't do both.
I know, but
you give me a plus 10, Tom?
I would give you a plus 10 on that.
Okay, I can do that. So Kit is not allowed to fucking roll. Oh my god.
You're not. that's fine. So that's only one
Take a-
fail.
These dice.
Alright.
God.
So, you begin to make your way into this jungle, and it is imposing. And you begin to move uphill, and it is glaringly hot, brutally hot, and humid. But Alize picks out a very, very gentle path for you all. So I'm going to need you all to roll. Okay. I need you all to roll let's say a plus 20 toughness test to the, to see how you bear the trouble.
I'm gonna crit Tom because I'm scared of that.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. So, Lady Zara using crit.
Oh my god. How am I so bad at this? It's incredible.
You're just saving all your good combat. Oh my god! Oh my
It's
god!
truly amazing.
Everyone's rolling like cute. All right. Whew. All right. Okay.
No, I crit
Okay.
failed. I rolled an 88.
Oof.
Oh, oof.
All right.
You did.
Totally
Okay.
wrong math, but you get it.
So you, remember, this is a plus
See it.
20 to your target, everybody. For toughness.
Even with that, I rolled an 88.
Well, I rolled really bad. Oh no! Wait, what? Oh no! Sorry, that was not supposed to be 2d20s. That's way
Yeah, where's the
scarier.
You playing Star Trek?
Okay,
right?
that's way. Yeah, right. Start. Everyone who failed takes 8 physical peril as the journey begins to wear on you a bit.
Physical. 8. Okay, my first threshold is 8.
Okay, so if that doesn't match, if it doesn't exceed it, you just tough through it.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
sweating. You
Yeah, mine is
are a little bit tired, but this has largely served as like a warm up for you.
So if
Start
mine is
break
exactly
sweat.
6, do I go 1 down or not?
Yeah, you go 1 down. If it exceeds your first threshold, you go 1 down to imperiled.
It is exactly the same. It's 6.
Wait, oh, it was
You
8.
said 8.
The number was 8.
Oh, 8? I thought it was 6.
So-
Never mind.
No. So I added 2. It was a plus 2. I didn't add it in chat. So it was 6 plus 2. So 8. So you move over the ridge and you begin moving down into a bit of a quagmire as the terrain around you begins to change. There's a smell in the air. It smells like a nasty bog. That smell of just rotting plants and a bit of dead things in the air as you begin moving down. And the jungle remains, but the ground cover becomes less plant life and more fungal in nature. At one point, you, moving through, come across a body. It appears to be 4-legged, horse-like, but with a human torso. But it's hard to recognize. You can mostly tell that it appears to be something of a Grendel, but it is long dead, rotting. Parts of the bone are exposed, and there's just a putrid smell coming off of it. And as you continue to move in, their trees begin to look odd. You come across one that appears to have a rent, but the sides of the tree open. It almost looks like teeth. As you move through this jungle,
We better
you all
stay
react
close.
to this. Yeah.
Everybody stay close. This place is fucking gross, to be honest with you, but something sinister going on here.
Yeah, I
And
know.
oh, Allie, keep your eye on Vico. You brought the
somehow
cat with
Kit
you?
the cat
Shit.
is stuck in there.
No, Orly is Kit the cat. It's been decided.
You come across a few more of these strange-looking trees. And as you approach the mountain, one of those strange black clouds suddenly approaches and dips down, and it's apparent that those black clouds are huge masses of flies that then buzz by you, running into you, bumping into you. You have to close your mouth as they fly into it, as this group of flies moves past you and then out. And you look back at Vico and you see genuine fear in his face right now. And he just kind of looks at you and says, "What are we walking into?"
Just a bunch of fucking
Keep your
flies, Vico.
courage.
Don't worry about it. What he said.
So, as you continue forward and you move through, sound breaks out on your side. Something small at first. And you see a movement. Something strange, a silhouette of a humanoid emerging from the brush, except there's horns atop its head. And its legs, it has no shirt on, bare-chested, and its legs are incredibly, and the knees turn the other direction. And it looks at you, tall and lean, with the face of a goat. And it says to you, "You have entered the land of the grandfather, and you are not welcome." And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. On the verge of combat.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
So, thank you
This
so
can
much for
only
joining
end
us
in
tonight.
good things.
We're going to wrap here, and we're going to go around and quickly check in with our crew, see how they're doing, and what are some things coming up here that we can enjoy, starting down in the bottom with Colin. Colin, where can we find you weekly, and where can we find you during EncounterCon?
Oh, two great questions. Okay, well, one thing I wanted to do first, because I didn't get a chance to do this at the top of the episode, and we got a little bit of time to kill now. Kit has been reluctant of accepting the captain's position for quite some time now. I feel like things are getting a little bit better, but honestly, after the introduction that we had, I think there's really only, I made a promise to a lady and a cat, so unfortunately I have to stay with her. But Anna, for that sea shanty, I think you have earned the sword. Well done indeed. That was the coolest fucking way to open an episode ever. I'm like so we were just absolutely geeking the hell out in the green room, just losing our minds over that. So good. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. And also send me the file for that so I can play it a million times. I want to have that memorized before this show is over, because you can damn well bet there's going to be a sing-along before this show ends. And Lydia tells me on YouTube that it's on, or on Green Room that it's on YouTube already, so... okay, that aside, that was super fun. Thank you all for joining us. Let's see, coming up, Monday night, Cold Press, the Lessons in Deep Magic with Lydia and Dracu and Mar and Savvy, and me. Such a fine show. Please join us for that. It's going to be hilarious. Wednesday night, Cult Divinity Lost. Last episode got so bloody. Next one is probably going to be every bit as bloody. I don't see any reason to change. Then back here again on Friday for Wild and Chaotic. In between, you can check me out on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Colonomicon, where I'm going to be doing a bunch of random video game streams. If you look at the schedule on Twitch, I'll keep it updated for what's going to happen that current week. But playing Fable and a bunch of indie games right now, so come hang out with me there. That'll be super fun. And yeah, that's all. Other than that, hit me up at Colonomicon on Twitter, so Colonomicon on Instagram, Twitch, Discord, and virtually everywhere that is relevant to games. So please hit me up. Thank you all so much. This was so good. This was such a great time. I had really good heart-to-hearts with my crew. So happy. That was lovely. And I got to threaten Vico again, which, like, any day, any week you get to threaten that asshole is a pretty good week. So, by the way, it's done to us. Just want to make it clear that we're the pettiest crew in the world, but that I'm leaning into being petty. You're so petty. He literally has done nothing to us, but I am absolutely here for being petty. So thank you all for supporting me in that endeavor. Thank you, Tom. Wonderful as always. Had a lovely time.
Thank you. Moving on to Chai. Chai, where can we find you coming up here in a bit?
Coming up here in a bit, well, you can always find me at Girly Chai on Twitter, and coming up here this Sunday at 8 p.m. EDT, you can find me on Roll the Roll, playing some Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse, where I'm a cleric who shoots things with the bow way more often than she heals. But she's real good at both, so it's okay. And then coming up next weekend, you can find me on EncounterCon, because it's going to be awesome. And I am super excited. I'm going to be playing another new system that I have never played before, but with the fabulous Anna! So I'm super stoked. Check it out, everyone.
Tom, I forgot to mention EncounterCon completely in my whole thing, by the way.
Yeah, go for it. You're only running a game. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm only running. Yeah, well, no, I'm half running a game. I honestly, I'm like 1/4 running a game. Let's be real. But it's gonna be me and Lydia are gonna be GMing the Fey Grinder, Midsummer's Nightmare. So please, well, we already have our cast filled out, so don't apply for it anymore because that will fall on deaf ears. But please watch it, because it's gonna be hilarious. And it's going to be me and locking each other for like 3 hours while we kill all of you. And what else could you really ask for? It's going to be awesome. That'll be Saturday the 29th. 4 to 8. God, I hope I have that right. I think it's 4 to 8. Someone
just close it.
Tell me in chat if I'm wrong. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Fey Grinder. Or no, don't sign up for it. Watch it. It'll be awesome. Okay, bye.
Excellent. Vivi, where can we find you?
Well, here with you crazy people, which is my favorite Friday thing to do, all the craziness. Also, you can find me on Twitch as Vivacia, where I gotta get back to streaming random video game stuff. The Twitter is Miss Vivacia. And next Tuesday, I should finally be playing Call of Cthulhu in the Wild West again. Who knows? And apparently I'm not doing anything this weekend, aside, everything's kind of out of the time frames that my little top diva will let me do. Yeah. But I loved threatening Vico. That was my favorite part today. Absolutely.
And that shanty was so amazing. I will totally save that. And I still think it should be our new background music. Very clearly. Clearly.
We're going to in the audio file for that. But yeah. So we already have it. It's already on YouTube. I'm going to go watch it like 5 times after this. And yeah, over 50% of the crew got to threaten Vico today. Let's just point that out. 3 out of 5 got to have a threatening conversation with Vico. Zaz, I'm including you in this. You got to have a conversation. I guess you're more threatening than him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, that's fair. 2 out of 5 got to threaten Vico.
I mean, I understand how you could be confused because I have threatened him most previously.
That's true.
You did try to murder him. Yeah, you tried to kill him.
Speaking of, and to Laura, where can we find you? Any games coming up?
Well, this one next Friday. That's pretty much it. You're looking at me expectantly.
I'll cover it. I got it.
Okay, I was just go ahead and remind me what I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter, nominally at LauraGrant7, though I am not really there. Mostly just a facade of me there. More likely, you'll find me on Discord at Laura G. There, I do lurk quite a bit and interact with people. Also, I am back at Rocks on Instagram, where I am making dice. I have one work in progress set pictures up, and I finally got a awesome set off my new masters up, which turned out a little bit more sunken pirate treasury than I had anticipated. I'm going to blame the Chaos crew for that.
Sinking in.
That's fair. All right, and then finally, Bren. But Steve. I don't know why I called you your character's name. Steve.
Fair enough. So, very exciting this week. Over on Mimics and Monstrosities, we are finally getting to start our Call of Cthulhu campaign, where I will be playing Jonathan Ladkey, a Wisconsinite, smack dab in the middle of England, where he honestly has no place being except for presumably the fish fry. I will also be putting on an accent there, but it'll only be offensive to my own people, so shouldn't be too bad.
It's allowed.
Come watch us all probably either die, get mutated into alien spawn, or just get straight driven into madness. One of the 3.
And I am Tom TP Grant. You can find me at TP_Grant on Twitter, where I talk about TTRPGs and other sorts of sporting violence. You can find me here on Fridays. Next Saturday, I will be part of the Still Knocked game in EncounterCon. Very excited for that. I get to finally play alongside our wonderful bard, Shanty singing Anna, for the first time since the Guards campaign. Very excited about that. And then that evening, please stick around. Watch the Fey Grinder, Colin and Lydia murdering people for fun in the Fey Wilde. And then on YouTube, go check out, me and Laura will be back on Master of the Game, winning their Blackrock campaign Saturday. I will be playing my first ever D&D Warlock. I will be playing a Doc Holliday / Malcolm Reynolds inspired gunslinging Warlock. I'm very excited about
How have you
this.
held
I've
out
never
this
done a
long,
Warlock.
Tom? How has it been this long? That's incredible.
Mostly never been a warlock because that's my favorite class, so I tend to always call it first.
This is true. She tends to get it first. I tend to be more like fighter characters. I like more martial characters, but yeah, no, I couldn't resist being a gunslinger. I haven't quite a voice yet, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, check that out on the YouTube over at Master of the Game, where you can also find this crew playing D&D back when we were doing our community game, Adventures of Wildemount. Go check that out. It's good fun. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back for a big combat next one because they're in trouble. It's going to be fun. So see you all next week. And until then, I don't have an exit line. I just realized that. I set myself up for an exit line. I don't got one.
Hold on to your booty.
Yeah, hold on to your booties. Well, no.
Beatrice sailed the narrow sea on the good ship Wilde, with her crew and a cat or three on the good ship Wilde. She caught her foe in a clever trap on the good ship Wilde, then slipped away and has not come back on the good ship Wilde. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship Wilde. Bren will sing a sailor's song on the good ship Wilde. Alize has a memory long on the good ship Wilde. Mama Zara makes her pies on the good ship Wilde. Watch when Zazie cuts their eyes on the good ship Wilde. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay and fight for the good ship Wilde. Kit the captain lost his hat on the good ship Wilde. No, I do not mean the cat on the good ship Wilde.